Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly show. It's the Triple Clowns. It's me, the OG Randall Johnson, alongside the beautiful Sarah Marie, Mrs. Big News.
Didn't stutter that
And thanks. And the truck stop burrito, AJ Ryder. And obviously for the quadruple clowns today, because we have the shoe man, Shoe, with Shoe Eats Turf. What's up, Shoe? Look at he's got there it is.
Wow.
There it is.
The koozie and all.
The koozie man, Shoe. What's going on, guys? Everything good? How was everybody's weekend?
Very good.
Very good.
All right, great. I know, Shoe, you were at a track this weekend.
Was at Laurel Friday, went down to Delaware, Tuesday or Wednesday, got to watch Freehold West, AKA Santa Anita Park with all that chalk fest this weekend. But I think we saw that. I don't know if you saw me this morning on AM Thoughts, but I'm pretty sure we saw the Kentucky Derby runner run this past weekend.
We'll bring that up when we get to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And before we forget, everybody out there, please make sure to like and subscribe. Degen Nation, that's us. We are here representing. And I know Shoe's excited about a show this week. And before we get into anything, let's talk about that. Shoe Thursday, fun show for you. Everybody out there.
Thursday, must-watch TV, internet, whatever you call it on these things. Bremont and I, horse reporters. We have the one, the only Michael Iavron joining us with his beautiful wife. We're going to talk everything from cigars to fashion to party life to Breeders' Cup parties, what he's going to be up to Big Brown stories. So it should be a lot of fun. Thursday, horse reporters, tune in.
All right, that sounds like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. AJ, you got a lot of stuff going on with the other things you're doing with football, and also he's doing that off the rail thing with that Tom and Tom guy. Anyway, I'm sure about Delaware Park, what we talked about, and also the Show Me Your TDs and a college football with Mario Manningham. And
AJ, why don't you tell us what's going on this week?
Well, this week, tomorrow, Tom and Tom makes his return back to Off the Rail tomorrow night, or Tuesday night, whenever you're going to watch this. However, we've hit the pick 5 last week without Tom and Tom. So obviously that's done. He's back. He jinxes the show. Terrible. Don't even watch it. Probably pointless. Live streamed last weekend with 2 Super Bowl champions. The Wisconsin-Michigan game with O'Brien Schofield formerly of the Seattle Seahawks and the Wisconsin Badgers, and Mario Manningham, Super Bowl champ with the New York Giants and former Michigan Wolverine. We're going to be doing the Red River Shootout, Oklahoma, Texas on Saturday. Then, of course, we have the actual show, giving all our picks for the weekends on Friday. So another jam-packed weekend for me. I've been on this channel about 7 of the last 8 days. So
AJ has no life now.
AJ picking up some weight for Degen Nation. That's right. Degen Nation, we're going to crowd it up. So just stay tuned for everything.
We're doing our pick show come Thursday night. We're doing Keeneland's picks. We have Ryan Dickey coming on. So if you haven't subscribed to Degen Nation by now, we should, because you have all this awesome content coming from you from the awesome Degen team. So hit it now while you're watching us. Hit the little button in the corner.
Don't judge Degen by Alex.
Even though you're going to see me quite a bit, it feels like.
I know.
And I apologize in advance. I really do.
All right, good. All right, so let's get into it. Mrs. Big News, let's go with the news with horse racing. That's what we're here to talk about today.
Oh, horse racing. I forgot we were doing that. We had a really busy weekend this weekend. We had a lot of win and urines just in the States alone. There were a couple overseas, but we're going to start off recapping some of these races because we also have a couple races that weren't part of the Win and You're In series, but I want to talk about them because we have horses that may be going to the Classic and a horse that's already in the Classic that ran this weekend as well. But let's start off with Santa Anita. Going to Friday's card, we had race 6, the grade 2 Chandelier Stakes, which is a Win and You're In for the juvenile fillies. We had Ain't Easy Win, followed by Electric Ride and Desert Down.
Kicks on strongly. It's Ain't Easy by 4 lengths. Electric Ride is in second, but it's a 1-horse race in the Chandelier. Ain't Easy all alone. A powerful performance on the stretch out. Ain't Easy and Joel Rosario win it by about 4.5. Electric Ride second. Desert Dawn third.
Long story short with that race, Ain't Easy took the lead in the stretch and ended up winning by 4.5 lengths. We'll move on to race 8, which was the grade 1 American Pharaoh. which is a win and you're in for the TVG Juvenile, where Baffert loaded up that race. Corniche, followed by Papacap and Avit Class.
Rockefeller, and he's done it. Corniche turns for home, Fuller run, opens up 3. Papa Cap now takes up the chase into second, trying to close in on Corniche. Coming to the 16th, and it's Corniche breezing through the stretch. He's the real deal. Corniche takes him coast to coast in the American Pharoah. Wins it by 3. Papa Cap second.
And Baffert, he took the lead. All 3 of his horses took the lead, and Corniche just wired that field.
Corniche had a bad work last time out. Last work. I saw it. Well, I think Joe saw it and he told me about it. Terrible work for a $1.7 million horse. Totally didn't think that horse was going to win. I'm a little upset our horse didn't go in that, but that's different. But I'm not that impressed by that $1.5 million horse. What is he? 1.5, right? 1.7.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? And plus, hey, how many points did you get for that? We'll talk about that later.
Listen, it's Bob Baffert. Bob's the man. He's rolling. He's hot out there at Santa Anita.
Well, they like to keep the track for him. But
And I can think of a very overpriced horse from recent memory that doesn't do shit. So
That's
he doesn't even run again.
yeah,
Where
I
is
don't know.
he at?
I don't know how much that price tag impresses.
And we're talking about Cezanne,
Cezanne.
obviously, here. And he just showed up and won like last Santa Anita meet, and he hasn't run
like
again.
last April, we haven't seen him. So, well, we'll see. But let's go to race 5, which was the Speakeasy, which is a win and you're in for the Turf Juvenile Sprint. We're one timer followed by Time to Party and Forbidden Kingdom.
Miss Alacrity in third. Racing in close quarters with Time to Party, a furlong from the finish, and one timer in command by 3 lengths. Time to Party takes up the chase on the outside of Forbidden Kingdom past the 16th, and it's one timer. One timer, Time to Party, one timer scores.
Time to Party made a really swift move in the stretch to try to hold on for second. One timer just took the win there.
Yeah, I know Forbidden Kingdom, obviously. That's on my racehorse horse, so I know the horse. He was like on ice skates out there, hated the turf.
Was that CJ's race? Was the CJ horse in that race?
Miss Alacrity, the money horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in that race, right?
Yeah, I got 4th.
Yeah, she's a nice horse. I felt bad for CJ. I thought she'd run a lot better, but I'm sure when she gets back to New York bred, she'll dominate. But
Yeah, absolutely. And
class.
that's the thing. Forbidden Kingdom needs to go back to the dirt. It was like ice skates out there. They even said it couldn't even get his footing. Weird, because you'd think being a American Pharoah horse, they like the turf right now.
yeah,
And he didn't. So we'll see.
All right, let's go to Saturday's win in your ends. We'll start with this race I really could care less to talk about, but race 8, the Santa Anita Sprint Championship, which is a win and you're in for the sprint, where freaking Dr. Scheibel won, followed by Flagstaff CZ Rocket. I don't even want to talk about this race.
Scheibel putting in a stellar performance, opens up a commanding lead. CZ Rocket is 5 lengths behind, trying to get into second. Flagstaff holds that spot currently. What an effort out of Dr. Scheibel as the 3-year-old schools his elders in the Santa Anita Sprint Championship. Flagstaff gamely.
All right. Obviously, we're upset because Vertical Threat decided to just stop. Weird thing happened in the middle of that race. If we just watched the replay, if you watch Abel looking around and everything like that, something happened with Pratt and his equipment, and something weird happened. And I'm not giving it because Vertical Threat likes to do that. He's a heavy horse. He's short. He gets mad if he's in deep turf, dirt, which they like to build that for certain horses at Santa Anita. Deep dirt. He needs. If it rained and the track was sealed, he'd go out by 1 million. He's going to go on the turf. He's going to either go on the turf, get gelded, or go to a different track. And that's what he's going to do. And that's it. He's fast. He's the fastest horse in the race. Baltus said it.
He was, but
And he says, it's
He's
frustrating
a
because he
stubborn
just
man.
stops. Dr. Scheibel will get beat by Jack. Just give Jackie's Warrior because there's no Jack. Just don't even go to the race. Doctor.
yeah.
You're a chiropractor. You're not a doctor. Settle down with your 109
I
and
mean,
change.
everybody's giving Flavian props, so he won that with basically 1 iron. But really, even if Vertical Threat's a stubborn man, when he doesn't get his way, he quits. He's like a child.
Only speed, and he didn't get
That's
there.
exactly what he does.
Yeah, and he ruined the race for everybody. And Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, what do you guys think? Jackie's Word, just give Jackie's Word the sprint championship because there's no way, no shot, no shot. You could run anywhere. I don't care about Del Mar. I don't care.
Well, I think you have to, just because obviously when you talked about the Bing Crosby, that was the second slowest in history. I think Scheifele likes Santa Anita a lot better than
Yeah,
Del Mar.
One
So
of them.
having to go to the Breeders' Cup at Del Mar, that's going to be a huge probably setback for him. To me, it just tells me, look, dude, CZ Rocket's done, Flagstaff's done.
Yeah,
I've been saying it. The 3-year-old sprinters,
California
man.
sprinters are awful. They're a bunch of
3-year-old
old guys that
sprinters,
need to
man.
I was
Right
retire.
now.
I was impressed with Flagstaff because I really didn't have him in my mind hitting the board because I really thought he should be done. But him getting second, I was impressed. But yeah,
Collusion, illusion,
come to the
bled.
sprint.
Ooh, he only but the
Well,
first time he
collusion,
bled-
illusion, getting like what?
He's been off
last?
Lasix before. It's the first time he bled. And he's old, so that's actually a little different. But second time off Lasix, and okay, let's go.
But going into the sprint, there's no speed numbers that can keep up with Jackie's Warrior. No way.
No one's touching that horse. No.
Yeah.
Not even close. No.
Yeah.
Single.
Muddy track, maybe drain the clock, but that's about it.
But it's Del Mar.
I agree with drain
Is
the
there gonna
clock.
be a
and
muddy track
I
at Del
agree
Mar?
with drain the clock. And I think drain the clock would beat Dr. Shovel right now.
Oh
So-
yeah.
I still want to see Lexingtonian come back as well, just because I don't think he got the best. We didn't really get to see him after that big 20-1 a victory in the forego.
Yeah.
So
I'm just sad
Yeah.
that the California sprinters are just like getting old.
Really?
And nobody
Test?
knew was
No.
very good. That's kind of bothersome. So we'll see.
All right, let's go to race 9, which was the Rodeo Drive Stakes, which is grade 1. Winning you're in for the Philly and Merritt Turf Sprint. We're going to Vegas 1 over Luck and Dog Tag, and going to Vegas took the lead in the downhill and did not let that go.
Tag on the fence. They're a furlong from the finish. Going to Vegas and Luck square off. Going to Vegas, digging in, maintains a 3/4 length lead. Luck is getting a little bit closer with every stride, and Dog Tag going to Vegas. Luck going to Vegas all the way in the Rodeo Drive.
Going to Vegas is a weird horse. Just keeps getting better. Just wins. It's a little bit like Dr. Shovel, just wins. Nothing impressive, no crazy numbers, just wins. Do I think this horse, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this out loud, has a shot in the Breeders' Cup thing? No place in it. But this is a $50,000 claimer that's now worked up the ranks to win and you're in. I mean, this is a solid horse, and she's tough. She gets better and better. Is she there yet? I don't think so, but she's just getting better and better though. She's got a good trend, tough horse. Let's see what happens. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I agree. I mean, it was another chalk fest race. I actually was more impressed by Luck, the stablemate, with that run. But you're right. I mean, it's a good quality horse. Will do great things in California, but Breeders' Cup, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
Let's go to the final race for Saturday's winning your ends, race 10, which was the Awesome Again Stakes from Medina Spirit. 1 followed by Stiletto Boy and Express Train.
Outside, Stiletto Boy running a good race with the white blaze on the inside. They're a furlong from the finish, and Medina Spirit has been cruising the entire journey, asked to finish the job now, and he is finishing with a flourish. Medina Spirit makes a statement in the Awesome Again, romping home to win by 5 widening lengths. Stiletto Boy second.
There's so much and not so much to be said about this race. Does Magician Tripoli need distance? That was too short for them. Stiletto Boy did impress me because I did not even picture that horse hitting the board. And Medina Spirit,
I mean,
it's a good horse despite
Yeah.
the
Oh, shoot. I want to hear this
Right.
because I know you have things to say about this one. So
No, I mean, it's like the Bob's done a tremendous job with the horse, whatever. The horse ran great on Saturday. I'm not going to take anything away from the horse. But, I mean, let's not ignore the fact that Pratt doesn't go, which everyone on Twitter was going nuts about. Pratt doesn't send on a speed horse. Everybody and their mother knows, and Bob even says it, when this horse gets on the lead, he gets very brave. So now you're another jock in the race and you just let him go. Boom, the race is over. Plus you have the entry mate or the stable mate who pretty much takes out the horse at the top of the clubhouse turn. The race was over right there. So listen, Medina, give Bob his credit for now, but this horse will have no place in the Breeders' Cup. This horse, I don't think, will be even racing on Breeders' Cup Day. That's my bold statement.
That's a big, bold
I
statement.
don't think Bob has the balls to put that horse against Knicks Go. He does not want to get embarrassed at Del Mar on Breeders' Cup Saturday. And he knows if Medina goes up against Knicks Go, he's going to get embarrassed. You watch. This will be a late scratch, and you're going to say, Shoe knew it.
Late scratch, too. You think he's going to enter?
And late scratch.
And late scratch. Not even just not enter.
Or maybe the day before, maybe 2
Okay.
days before. I mean, I think they're going to point.
Post
Well, I don't
draw.
think he can do it when they're walking to the post.
No. I mean, no.
Well,
he
it's
won't
Bob.
do
He
that.
might be able to. He
Yeah.
might be able to.
I mean, late scratch, meaning they'll put the entry in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be entered. Okay. He'll be nominated.
There's no way he's going to let that horse run against Knicks Go. There's no way. There's no way.
Wow. That's a bold statement. I think Shu thinks Knicks goes like the best in the last like long time. Is this true?
I've seen that horse up close too many times. I've talked to Cox about the horse. The horse, you look in that horse's eyes, he's an absolute freak right now. He's a freak. Pegasus, he just drew away from the horse.
Mile and a 16th.
You know, no, the Pegasus was longer than a mile and 16.
Isn't
Right?
it a mile and 16th? It's
The
not.
Pegasus? No, the Pegasus is longer than that.
You sure?
Yeah, the Pegasus has to be.
I think it's a mile and a 16.
Classic.
It's short. Pegasus is short.
But either way, I mean, this horse on the tighter turns at Del Mar, shorter stretch, there is no way, A, that Medina can keep up with the horse, and B, I mean, if Medina even tries to challenge that darn horse on the front end, they're both going to run in the parking lot. But there's no way. Bob does not, you ready for this? Bob does not have the balls to put that horse in against Knicks Go. Boom, I said it.
Woo. And
Well,
it's on tape.
Mile and eighth, Pegasus.
Mile and an 8th. You know, it's funny. I look at the mile and a 16th is on the Pegasus in New Jersey. Mile and an 8th, but it's still a mile and an 8th. Still a
Better.
mile.
That's a
It's not a
better.
mile and a quarter. Still a mile and an 8th. And that's all I'm saying. The only thing is the mile and a quarter. And you think, no doubt. And you're going with Cox. You're going with Cox.
The
Shoot.
guy kills me. Cox kills me. I told him last time I saw him, I said, you kill me, brother. But that horse, you just look at that horse's eyes. That horse runs possessed, absolutely possessed. Listen, maybe Bob will take Medina and put him in the mile or some other race. I just don't see any way that horse goes in the Classic. No way.
That is a bold prediction. Oh, you heard it here first. Shoe already saying it. He's going all out. But he's
Especially
Especially because you think he's scared of the horse that's going to get second in the Classic.
Wow. All right. We'll talk about that in a little bit. AJ
Yeah,
obviously has a
well-
classic favorite.
Well, hold on to that
But
one.
I-
Probably Max Player.
Of course it is. Obviously. Obviously.
Can I add more drama though to this?
Yes, please.
So now, if let's just say they do both run, let's say Rosario's on Knicks Go and you have Johnny V on Medina. They're the two speed horses in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Any memories of the Kentucky Derby when Joel's foot was out of the irons? Could you imagine if Knicks Go doesn't break and Medina gets an easy lead? People on Twitter will go nuts.
Oh
They'll
God,
go
yeah.
crazy.
We know who's going to
They
go
will go
nuts first. We
absolute
know.
bonkers.
Yeah. Oh man.
We love the drama here at Degen Nation.
That's us.
All
So
right.
let's go to Sunday's card. Race 9 was the Zenyatta, where Private Mission took the win, followed by As Time Goes By and Miss Bigley.
As time goes by, Miss Bigley is running on third. They're at the top of the stretch, and Private Mission has a 3-length lead. Miss Bigley on the outside of As Time Goes By, coming to the 16th. Private Mission, 2.5-length lead. As Time Goes By is second best. It will be Private Mission, the easiest of winners in the Zenyatta. Scores by 2. As
Private Mission, I mean, that horse is something else. Of course, obviously another chalk fest. This horse obviously was the favorite. It was. I wouldn't know who else to play. As time goes by, it's like that horse kind of, at the beginning of this year, this horse was looking really good, and then she's just slowly going downhill, or at least just hitting the board, not getting wins. But Private Mission's not going to the distaff.
There you go. To the distaff. That's a big move. Kind of. Well, it's a logical move, but yeah, I mean the distaff's going to be loaded, kind of loaded,
Oh, yeah, it'd be good to stuff. But let's go to Belmont with Saturday's card. Race 8 was the Champagne Stakes, where Jack Christopher won over Common Performance and Wit.
Gunite is back running in second. Command Performance has now moved into third. It is Jack Christopher with the lead in the stretch. 3/4 up in 1:11. Jack Christopher is putting in a big effort here in the Champagne Stakes. Command Performance is now moving into second. It is Jack Christopher in front by 4. Jack Christopher stretches out, steps up, and puts in a grade 1 effort to win the Champagne. Command Performance was second, and Witt came on.
And Jack Christopher really had a big effort there to finish in the stretch, which was a pretty good. This was a win and you're in for the TVG Juvenile.
I like names of horses that are just like names, like Bob Smith. Like I want a horse named like, Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
huge. I mean, that was
Yeah.
that's legit racehorse right there. Legit.
Yeah.
I'd like it better if it was Rand Johnson.
Rand
Rand.
D. Like the
R-A-N.
apostrophe D.
No, R-A-N-D-E.
Oh, we're still going here.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Good. Let's go to Sunday where we had the grade 1 for Zet, which is a win and you're in for the Juvenile Fillies. Echo Zulu just destroyed that. Gerrymander and Amore got third.
Echo Zulu now being asked for more and now responding, and she's in front by 2.5 lengths. Now she's in front by 3 lengths with a furlong to the finish. Gerrymander and Magic Circle giving chase. It is Echo Zulu, and now she's pouring it on here in the stretch. Echo Zulu, she has won all 3 of her starts, took the spin away at Saratoga, and she wins the Frazette here at Belmont, and she did the mile in 1 minute.
For Amore's second time out, it's pretty good third, but Echo Zulu. Shoot, let's hear it because we heard it in your AM thoughts this morning.
That's our little girl, Amal Ray. We love it.
I bet Amaray. I liked Amaray a lot, and I'll look to bet that horse moving forward. To me, and it's a crazy early prediction. We all know it. A million things can go on with these horses. That's a special filly. We know Steve can do great things with young fillies, i.e. Rachel Alexandra, and the list goes on. This is a horse, if she does get better, which is scary. Kentucky Derby, keep this horse on your radar. This is my way too early Kentucky Derby prediction. Steve Asmussen, who's never won a Kentucky Derby, who's won everything else under the moon except the Kentucky Derby, is going to win his first Kentucky Derby with a filly.
Woo!
That goes.
You heard it here first.
Um,
Go put futures on that now.
Wow, that's a bold prediction again. Shoot with them all day. I love it. I know AJ just hates that horse because it reminds him of
Zulu Alpha.
Zulu Alpha.
Me too. I say it all the time too.
I singled Echo Zulu, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
AJ hates that horse though.
But I mean, that was a mile, and Echo Zulu just made that mile its little bitch, basically.
Yeah. Listen, I think, and I do think, I was really proud of Moray.
How could you
Second
not
time
be?
out, not ever winning.
How could
She
you
ran
not
top.
be?
She's tiny. She's like our East Coast version of Moonlight Diora. She's a little girl. She runs hard. She's going to be very
That was an
good.
incredible performance by
And
by
Pletcher putting her in that race that early that says a lot. She'll be special too. But Echo Zulu, absolutely big, like just
It's a freak.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had Ed DeRosa. We were in a little chat, and I said, Ed, can you pull up, because Ed's like our statistician on Twitter, and he pulled up Rachel's charts, from when she was a youngster. And I mean, now it's early, and there's a long way to go, but this horse matches right up with Rachel early on in her career. And again, with Steve, who's hotter than Steve Asmussen in this country? I mean, the guy's unbelievable.
Oh, right.
He's everything he touches is turned to gold right now. So who knows? Maybe. I still say, and I get heat for it on Twitter, I don't care. I still say Jackie's Warrior would have won the Kentucky Derby this year. It was his shot. But this filly is special. If you can get, I don't even know if she's in any of these futures yet. I don't know if she is, but
Probably
when she
not.
shows up, it's worth $20.
Exactly. Do it. You heard it here first.
There you go. We'll have that clip too. And we're gonna cut
Ooh.
every clip of every other horse so we can put that up there.
Yeah, right. We're just gonna go through the list,
Gotcha.
make us look good. But I want to talk about two races that happened this weekend where we had some of our classic contenders racing. We'll go to Belmont first, but the Woodward, where we had Maxfield running, and he lost to Art Collector.
Yeah, boy.
Then it is Forza de Oro. Dr. Post being asked for more. Code of Honor is down towards the rail. It's Art Collector who has the lead with an eighth of a mile to the finish in the Woodward. Art Collector's in front. Then Maxfield. And on the outside is Dr. Post. Art Collector has the lead. Now a 16th out. And it's going to be a front-running score as Art Collector brings his A game to win the Grade 1 Woodward. Art Collector over Maxfield.
Art Collector, Maxfield, and then Dr. Post. Now, my biggest question with this race, what does that say about Maxfield?
That he doesn't show up sometimes.
Fucking sucks.
Do you think
Amen. Amen. I second that. He's the most overrated racehorse in the history. He romps at Churchill versus like others, and people get so excited. And then he comes to the East Coast and gets his ass kicked every time. Saratoga this weekend. He's just not the level. He's a great horse, but he's not on the level of these horses. There's no way.
Yeah,
There you go.
I thought that was an Art Collector. I mean, this horse, we all had our eyes on him last year, and then it was off, and he was just kind of faded really, really bad last half of last year. Then comes back, and he's doing all right.
And I feel like Dr. Post is like that horse that's won a bunch of people trifectas and superfectas. Like,
Yeah.
You always
Like,
play
you
that
always
horse in
hear
your
him, like,
exotics, but
yeah.
I mean, not to win.
Always tries. He's got a big heart.
Yeah. And now let's go to the horse, to the race that Shu wants to talk about, the Lucas Classic, where Knicks go. I mean, was that just a practice, an easy breeze for him?
As well. Tacitus comes wide for the stretch drive. Shared Sense in behind them. Racing for the 8th pole. Knicks go. Opens up a little bit more. Now it's 3. Independence Hall trying to close in toward the inside. Then it's Tacitus and Shared Sense. But Joel Rosario is merely along for the ride. It is Knicks. All systems go to the Breeders' Cup.
In talking to Cox, he's admittedly said he's scared of tracks like Churchill for Knicks Go because it's a longer stretch and he likes the shorter stretch tracks. So I almost think he did that on purpose. He wanted to go to Churchill, put him in that long stretch as a nice prep for the Breeders' Cup. And I got to give him credit because I think that's going to pay off in November. I think that was a smart move. Knicks Go. I mean, I've tried to beat the horse a million times. I'm tired of trying to beat him. The horse is possessed. When he gets the lead, it's over.
That's it.
No one's running this horse. Nobody makes up any ground on him. It's like he opens up by 4 and he wins by 4. Nobody does anything. They can't touch this horse. He's really, I mean, Cox has done a tremendous job. I just can't beat him.
I know. I think I've turned the point with him too, because I've always bet against him. Oh, and it bites you in the
Can
ass every
Knicks
time.
go win without the lead?
Probably not.
So you just got to send speed in the classic.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you go with him, it's a suicide mission, and Johnny V's not gonna. That's why I don't think Medina. I don't think Medina would go eye to eye with Knicks Go. I mean, he would end up in, like I said, in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Let's stick Jackie's Warrior in there and get a pay. Just to do it.
Oh, God. Yeah. But those were all the races I want to talk about. We had a lot of movement. We're getting real close to the Breeders' Cup coming up in 3 weeks.
But we didn't talk about AJ, the most impressive race this weekend. What was it?
106.6, which is that's a mistake.
Where was that? Lane Way. Sarah's
Santa
horse.
Anita, my
Got
baby.
pictures of her pen and like I've seen him. We've seen him a million times. He's our big guy.
He was
Yeah,
a horse that used to struggle passing in. He would always sit mid-pack, and that was it. But this is also a horse that has lost to Charlatan, Nadal, Domestic Spending.
He was a hanger. He was a hanger. He got gelded.
After a 9-month layoff, comes back, wins by I don't even know how many lengths, just trumps
Well,
the
like
field
4.
and sets a track record.
In hand, 106.6, 6 furlongs.
Yeah.
How's that? Sure.
Pretty
Track
solid.
record. Back off a 9-month layoff. He's a big beast.
And Fly the Sky in the pink. They're at the top of the stretch, and Lane Way is coming with a huge run, big strides, takes over and opens up. From the back of the field, Elusive Treat moves into second, but it's all Lane Way. Lane Way dominates. Striding out effortlessly, wins by 3.5 lengths. Second to Elusive Treat. Third went to Gregory's.
And I must say, the time was questioned by Craig Milkowski.
As
who-
it should have been, because
As it-
1066 is unreal.
It's been backed up.
He has backed it up, and he has even reached out to us saying it's official.
It's official.
What- yeah, what the fuck, Craig, no.
1066. Coming back off a 9-month layoff.
You
She
check
passed
the
everybody in
starting-
the stretch in hand.
Did you check the starting gate? Sometimes they put it at the 5.5 on
Yeah,
accident.
no, right. That's what it doesn't.
Watch
AJ
it.
thought it was 5.5 hours.
When
But
I
no,
first watched it, because I missed it the first time because it was on Sunday. I watched the replay and I just seen the final time 106. I'm like, that was ran at 5 or 5.5. And then I looked back and I was like, what? No, that was 6.
and
But
she-
I'm pretty sure it was.
Nick's
I
going
feel like it
guy.
was 5 3/4 because that's just not right.
I spent a lot of time with this horse in rehab when he was in rehab. I spent a lot of time
When
with him.
Randy was in rehab.
I was in rehab with him. We shared a room. He kept me sober. But when we're both there,
Both massive drug addiction.
yeah. Well, I mean, Medina's spirit was on the side of me, and
He was there too.
oh, here we go. Now we're gonna get in trouble. But every farm person out there would say to me, from Julie Stacks, who worked with Beholder and everybody like that, to this guy Scott down in Peacefield, every one of them said, this horse is a super freak athlete. And now, mind you, Scott's got Rumbauer on the side of me while he's saying this. Like, and he's like, this horse is a super freak. He's like, he's just a super athlete. He's big, he's strong, he's a big goofball. And when he went by those horses, you gotta walk, he went home in 22. In 22 in hand. It looked like it was just I was calling out Flightline at this point. Let's go to the dirt. Come on.
Breeders' Cup
But-
Sprint? Breeders' Cup Sprint? Where are we going?
yeah, well, the term
Yeah.
sprint's 5 furlongs, so no. And actually, what did Mandela say afterwards? He said, where we go next? You know, he said, wherever we want.
I like that.
Boom.
I like that.
Because he's been on dirt before. He's run long on turf. He's run long on dirt. He can do it all and run it like that. But anyway, that was the most impressive thing I saw this weekend. I was happy to be there. I was happy for Sarah because she felt better about her horse winning and she got in there.
Oh, AJ was on the receiving end of some angry text on Saturday. So we're good now.
From who?
For me.
Yeah, so for
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
out there that wants to know a little entertainment wise, we're there and
Yeah.
I hear from like AJ loves this and Shu, you'll get a kick out of this. So I hear from like my bosses at like my racers. They said they hear in the middle of a race. Now the crowd, it's a crowd there. They're like 20 yards ahead. They're basically in the winner's circle watching, and they hear Sarah. Don't let him fucking pass you motherfucker. And they hear somebody and they turn around and it's Sarah.
Damn.
So now I got to be like, literally almost gets thrown out of Santa Anita, like throwing chairs. And I go and the next race, we have to go in the walking ring. So I go to the walking ring and I'm with going to Vegas. Sarah's nowhere around. Sarah, where are you? In the car. You're in the car. You went to the parking lot. So then the next race goes by. I'm in the walking ring with Tiz the Magician. So call up Sarah. Sarah, where are you now? Because I mean, why wouldn't you want to be in the walking ring during these races, right? I mean, that's a pretty cool experience, you know, no matter what. I'm at the bar. Okay. I was like, all right, this is going to be a long night, but yeah.
It was good. Yeah, it was fine. AJ was on the receiving end of some.
I just got off like the show we did with like Mario and O'Brien Schofield and stuff. And I'm watching like college football and things like that. And I just get a text, fucking Dr. Scheifel. Fuck that horse. Fucking kid.
Oh, and Taxi Dave was too. And then bless Taxi Dave's heart, he calls after going to Vegas wins, and he calls and he's like, we're going to the Breeders' Cup. And I was like, I don't have shares in that horse.
Which is our horse too. And we've seen this
Oh.
horse, like we've watched it grow up.
But no, I'm sweet and innocent.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Ah.
speak those words.
Seems
So
like it.
basically the bottom line is this.
Randy's at least still
Dealing
higher.
with AJ and Sarah, they're new to this game. You know what I mean? We're used to this by now. You brush it off. You
Well,
move on.
I usually can, but it was one of those things
You
that
don't
I
even-
wanted him to go to the sprint so bad, and he had no reason not to, except he's a stubborn old man. When he doesn't get his way,
Not
he's
old.
man, no, he's
He's
not
old.
old, but he's like a stubborn child. When they don't get their way, they quit. And it's like,
Anyway,
Dr.
okay.
Finkenscheitel.
Yeah. And so Sarah was very mad. So they don't get it yet. I mean, you don't want to be the guy who like wants to sue the horse that came in first. I mean, you don't want to be that guy. I mean, right, Shu?
Doesn't end up well for them.
No, you don't want to be that guy ever.
No.
Like, just we move on. It's horse racing. We lose.
I was in the champagne room the next day, and then I
Oh, yeah,
got
next
the
day
joy
she got a track record with her little boy. You
Hmm.
know, like, okay, so we're gonna go to one thing before we go on, and it's gonna be a yay or nay. And I would like you guys to do the horse
Oh,
thing
really?
if you do it.
Not
It's
gonna
gonna be
do
just
that.
one word for each thing, a yay or nay for these three things. So I'll go around the horn. AJ, yay or nay? Bob Baffert. Point system.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be
Yay.
good.
Yay.
Yay? You're all
Yeah.
right.
Yay.
All right.
Well, I
Right.
take it back. I lied. I will say nay, strictly because if they took Medina Spirit's title away from him, then it makes sense, but they're not. So why all of a sudden is he not allowed then to that's it's not has nothing to do with Baffert. Actually, to me, it's more on the Derby itself. Like if you're telling me, now that I think about this, I'm like, now I'm kind of fired up about it. So you tell me that you're not going to take down this horse, but then he also cannot come back and run in it next year and earn points for it. That to me does not make sense. If you take him down,
The trainer.
and then
Yeah.
if you take him down and then you say you can't get points for the next year, then I am for that. But if you're going to leave him up, that doesn't make sense. Because you're basically saying, oh, he did nothing wrong, but now you can't come back the next year. If that's the case, he should be taken down.
Okay, so you're nay.
how I
Can you
feel.
please nay?
Yes, I'm now.
Would you nay, please?
Nay.
So
That's what you're
weak
getting.
nay. All right.
Nay.
Okay, thank you. Sarah.
This is a tough one. I don't, I'm on the fence with this because here's what I'm gonna say. Yay, I'll be for it. But here's what I think Baffert's gonna do, and which I think would be funny, is just load up those prep races and take all the points away from people.
So you're yay.
There, I'll be yay.
So you're for it. You're for the ruling.
I am for the ruling. I agree. This is tough. I'm literally on the fence with it, but because that's what I want to see. I'm going to be for it because what I want to happen is I want Baffert to just load up those 100-point races with monsters.
So
because I think it'd be hilarious.
Selfishly, for your pleasure, you're okay with this ruling.
Yes.
Okay. Narcissist.
Perfect.
All right, let's move on to Shu. Shu, what do you think? Yay or nay?
My lawyers just texted me. All I'm allowed to say is Bob Baffert is the greatest horse trainer in American history, and what else can be said? He dominated Santa Anita this weekend, and I'm sure he'll win the next 14 Kentucky Derbies, and that's all we're gonna say. Bob.
So that's a nay.
Bob-
Technically, nay.
He is a
That's it.
legend. He's the greatest horseman alive. He does things with horses that nobody else can ever dream of. I'm so glad the past 2 weeks at the Keeneland sale, all these guys, Tom Ryan and everybody are tweeting out, we're sending them this horse, this $2 million, that. It's so good for the game to have Bob getting these multi-million-dollar horses firing away. It's perfect.
And that was a public service announcement brought to you by the Baffert family.
I mean, what a clown show. Give me a break. It's a clown show, but what are you going to do?
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. All right, okay. So all right. So you know what? I agree with both of what Sarah and AJ said, actually. It's kind of fun because of it. But that's a really good point though, AJ, that if he's not disqualified, how are you punished as a trainer? And that is weird. It makes a little bit of a mockery of the sport. This is why we need a universal body, obviously, because it's like, we're just going to do things our way. And we have the Kentucky Derby. So, yeah. And Bob's going to probably be like, all right, cool. I'll take the points and I'll win the Preakness and the Belmont. And I'll say I have the real Triple Crown winner and see you later. It's just going to put a big mark near the Kentucky Derby. I don't think they realize that, worse than it is. So I'm going with because I agree. I agree with what he said. And it's really not even about Baffert, Shu, for me. Honestly, that question's not about Baffert. It's about the commission of the horse racing, like make a decision. You just can't make these rules all of a sudden. Like in college football, it's like oh, this team can play when they can play all their games and they can't play in a national championship. Well, they should not play all their games. You know what I mean? Like it's stupid. It's it's Michigan forfeiting their, national championship in basketball. Who cares? It's Reggie Bush giving his Heisman, but who cares? You know what I mean? Like, do it or don't do it.
It's Reggie Bush not getting the Heisman, then a couple years later, like, oh, by the way, what you did wrong, we're fine with now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we can do that. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, sure. Now it's cool.
Yeah.
But we're still not going to recognize you as the Heisman winner.
The next one is, the next one's a good one because this is a hot topic and I'll stay out of it. But, I will say my case with this, and it's a little bit of a hot button. It's my racehorse. Yay or nay?
Yeah. I don't think I've been, obviously we've had a fun back and forth about how I don't like a lot of my racehorses just because you guys own them. But for the most part, they bring a lot of people to the track. They get people interested. Yeah, I would. Yay.
All right. Sarah? Well, Sarah's going to have to say yay because she gets free stuff from them.
No, but I have a case that I do want to say yay. And for all those people out there that are very anti it, it's why, I guess I look at it this way. All these anti my resource and anti Commonwealth and anti anything that are like the micro shares. I used to work at a place in New York that was a private club for all the 1% billionaires of the world. And it's kind of like those people don't like people that can afford or that can't afford their lifestyle. So I have seen firsthand what my racehorse has brought for people. I've seen people excited. I've seen people tell me stories and unbelief that they are able to even be in the walking ring or in the winner's circle. I have seen people cry. People go out of their way. This is something for horse racing that needs to happen. It brings the everyday, it takes out the stigma of only rich people can own horses. Yeah, they don't own the whole horse, but fuck it. At least it gives them everything that to make them feel like an owner. And that's all they want. And people don't see that firsthand. So all the My Racehorse and all the micro share owner company haters out there, why do you want to take it away? Do you want it just to be trust fund babies in the industry? Then fine. Then don't complain when tracks close, when no one's going to the track. This is bringing another thing to horse racing and opening the tracks up for more people and more crowds and giving people that experience that they thought only the wealthy could have.
Okay, so we're all on the same page here so far. Shu, I think I know where you're at.
I was waiting for the superimpose the violin in the background.
Yeah, right.
That was a very passionate speech right there. And I agree. I don't understand the negative. I understand the financial component, and people on Twitter get so dug in the financials of My Racehorse. But to your point, Sarah, I don't think, at least from the outsider's perspective, that people are going into My Racehorse thinking I'm going to be a millionaire because I bought into a 0.1% of a racehorse. It's all about the experience, getting people to the track. So I'm yay on My Racehorse. I'm yay on all the syndicates that can bring people who aren't in the 0.1% of the world and get them out to the racetrack and have some fun. So yes, I'm a yay.
Yeah, and I'll agree. And obviously, I'm not. This isn't like something for My Racehorse, but I did want to mention it because it's a hot topic where people are saying stuff where, it's really weird because I really wanted to bring that up because it's not about My Racehorse, like you said, Shu. It's a syndicate thing, and more people, the micro shares. If we had 10, 15 syndicates like My Racehorse, do you know what the tracks would look like? They would be like a football game. Isn't that what we want? The bartenders make more money. The people make more money. It's more exciting. I've never been around 100 people that cheered when a horse went into a gate with 400 people in the crowd, and 100 of them are cheering when it's and now loading, 'tis a magician. And then, yeah, you're I never heard that. It would be great if every horse had that. And that's great if you can buy your own horse. Fantastic. Beat them. Beat the 100 people. That's fun. But all it comes down to is you have a dying sport. I look at it like this. I grew up near a golf course. There's a private golf course. I didn't grow up near it. It was like 40 miles away. And it was a private golf course that wasn't making enough money, super private, and they were going to close down. So they were like, we have to make this semi-private. We got to let the public play. So they were so mad about it. And people were like, wait, so we'd have to close the course, but you don't want other people to play it. Like, that's this in horse racing, because these small tracks will go away sooner than later if we don't get more people to
Look
show.
at you guys were in California. Look at what Billy Koch has done with Little Red Feather, right?
It's great.
How much,
Yeah,
how much excitement. I mean, you see Billy with all his owners.
absolutely. I mean, we're right on the side of them
How
at
much
the time.
fun
Yeah.
are they having? I mean, how much fun is Billy having bringing new, fresh faces to the racetrack, buying into horses? I'm sure his individual partners aren't getting sick, wealthy, rich. I mean, they only have a percentage too. So I don't understand why people get so caught up in the financials again. Bring people.
Oh yeah,
I
and
don't
it comes to. I bet your staff got paid. Do you really go to the grocery store and when you pay $1 for an avocado, you ask like, well, what'd you pay for this avocado?
I bet
You
you
know?
the cashier's getting paid. Well, no shit. People don't think before they tweet, obviously. And you're right. Like Little Red Feather's doing great things for the track. Commonwealth,
Commonwealth
my
or
route,
microshares.
my racehorse. Mets was doing one for the summer. You know, that's what they're trying to give opportunity to people who, and take that stigma away of only, you know, people who can afford Baffert as a trainer. You got to be a multimillionaire. No, it's breaking that wall and bringing fresh blood into the sport. And that's what we need.
Well, do you remember when I want to say it was Jacksonville or Tampa when they were really bad, when they were giving away tickets to their home games
Jacksonville.
because
I think.
they were blacked out on local television.
Yeah.
You could not watch them, and so they gave away. That'd be like the season ticket holders being like, "Oh, you don't fucking belong here." Like,
Yeah.
because you got free tickets. Well, it's like, dude, your franchise is dying. Like the team you love and claim to love, who come to watch every Sunday, they are dying.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get mad at the other people who were given an opportunity, like for.
No, and yeah, and you know, really, I probably should. I should have probably said all the syndicates. I said my racers because they're the ones that come to everybody's mind when everybody says it. But all the syndicates, it gets people there. It's. Well, look at going to Vegas. When going to Vegas won, that big winner circle was not my racehorse. That was a third of it, and we own 50% of it. But that was
Bing.
Amdullah Blazu, whatever that is.
Abadanza.
Abadanza, and another one, well, Medallion. That was their people too. Same type of thing. And going to Vegas is like a party horse now. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun for people, you know. I mean,
They had to shake up the sport some way. It was dying. And, you know, it's really sad when you see pictures of Santa Anita 20 years ago when it was packed to the rail. And then even this weekend, I hate to say it, opening day Friday, I show up 2 races in and I was like, I was kind of expecting it to be a lot more people here. Like the track is really a beautiful place to be, no matter what track, minus one. I won't say it, but.
There's a lot of, let's just be real. There's a lot of wealthy people in horse racing. And there's been a lot of wealthy people. It's the sport of kings for a reason. There's a lot of wealthy people in this game who have done an awful job at promoting the game, marketing the game, and a lot of it, to your golf club story, is to the point where they want everything their own way, or it's the highway to them. So we need to pay more attention to micro shares and these groups to bring people out. We need to pay more attention to the gambler who's putting money into this game and wants a more transparent game and a more, you know, when they're putting their money on the line, they want to know it's a clean, true result. So I think these are issues that we face moving forward. And I know certain racetracks and management are doing a better job. We saw Gulfstream Park this past weekend. I don't know if we're bringing this up on the news, but 5 trainers suspended, random, you know, hair tests in the barns. Certain management, Aiden gets it. Aiden is trying to do great things. I mean, I'm sure you guys see Aiden out at Santa Anita. He's doing the right things. He wants to clean up the game. He wants to get, I'm pretty sure, microshares more involved. So we just got to look at the game a little different because it's been run into the ground. Let's be real. I mean, a lot of these wealthy Kentucky good old boy clubs have run this sport into the ground. It needs fresh blood. It needs new ideas. It needs to be more transparent. It needs to be cleaned up. and then we can really share the story of these racehorses and go out to the track and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
And you're right. With Aiden, he kind of brings a fresh face to the sport. He's doing a really good job. And I remember maybe a year and a half ago on the news, we reported basically a private club that was opening up in
Kentucky
Kentucky.
Thoroughbred Society.
Yeah. And it was like basically only rich people can go and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, this is what we need to get away from.
Segregation of social economics, and it's true. It's like everybody can enjoy the racetrack. I do wonder if the racetracks, what do you think, Shu, before we go, what do you think about like something of like to get people to the racetracks, less of a cut than if you bet online, something like different bets if you're there?
Yeah, we've talked about that. I think there has to be something unique to pull people in. I think the programs, PPs have to be free for people walking in the door.
That's a big one.
I think you need new wagers though, because you guys have friends who aren't into horses. Maybe they bet the NFL, right? The NFL, there's a game going on right now. There's two teams playing. You got a 50-50 shot to pick a winner, right? You're either taking LA or you're taking the other team. When you go to a horse race and you pull up a program and there's 12 horses and it's on the turf and you're someone new and you've never been, that's really intimidating. That's tough. So to get somebody new into that and involved and really invested, that's going to take a lot of time. But if we get the prop bets in the game, if we get the head-to-head, I mean, think about Breeders' Cup this coming up. Could you imagine if there was just a head-to-head bet, Medina Spirit versus Knicks Go, and whatever horse finished ahead of the other one, you would win your bet?
Well, one's not even running in it, Shu.
Well,
you already told us.
Yeah.
But that's
Bovada does a lot of that.
But that's an
Bovada does a
easy
lot of
bet.
that, yeah.
But why don't we have that on track?
Well, we need at the tracks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like the tracks need special bets that
that's
you can't
something
go
easy.
and do easily.
Right. That's something easy. You can teach someone who's been to the racetrack the first time. Hey, your horse finishes and the other horse, you win. Boom. That's it. Don't get all complicated, stuck in the weeds. But there's a lot of things we can do better in the industry. Get the younger sports bettors involved in horse racing. But it's going to take a lot of time, energy. And I mean, look, Breeders' Cup. Like we all love the Breeders' Cup. It's great. But do we really need to celebrate the breeders? Are we looking at how much money those fuckers just made in the past 2 months? Do the breeders need anything more?
I never thought about that.
Why the fuck do we not have a Bettor's Cup or a Gambler's Cup or a Degen Cup or a Handicapper's Cup? Who fucking cares about the breeders? Who cares? They may have more money than God. They're selling Justifies for $2 million. Who cares? What do they need? What are they running out like Tin Cup? They need some extra money. We don't fucking care about you. We care about the gambler. The gambler is the one that's putting this game at the forefront, and that's why we're losing them. Is because we're too worried about the breeders out in their big farms in Kentucky. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like if that was horse racing, take away the gamblers and we're polo. And that's it. That we're polo.
Yeah.
It's like calling the Super Bowl the Owner's Cup.
Right.
The NFL Owner's Cup.
I never thought of that.
Right.
I've never even put that
Let's do
together.
Degen Nation, let's do it.
Degen Cup.
The
You
Degen Cup.
think if we put in for that, they'll change it?
I had the idea. I wanted to do it at Monmouth. I was going to talk to Dennis and say, let's take a weekend in the summer and make it a Degen Nation just cup. Lowest takeout you can possibly offer. Whatever you can do for one weekend or one day, whatever it is, the lowest takeout. So you at least hit your numbers, whatever you got to do. And you get, I don't care if they're $25,000 claimers, give them a big purse and watch the pools go through the roof and make it about the gambler.
Yep.
And
Give them a huge takeout. Yeah,
The one people that drive this fucking sport, man. Like without the people betting on the races, what is this sport?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's what I mean. It's polo. It's polo.
Two people put money into this game, owners and the gamblers. Everybody else is taking money out.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good point. That is a good point. That's awesome. Oh, and so on that note, let's wrap this up, guys. That was a lot of fun. Always is. So really quickly, everybody, what are we doing this week? Everybody, AJ, start with you.
I will be on the channel pretty much the whole week.
Okay, AJ will be on.
Run a Degen Nation.
AJ will be on. He's doing college football. He's doing a live show Saturday, college football.
Tuesday night, me and Tom Friday afternoon, it's me and my former tag team partner Tyler Cintron. We will break down all the bets over for college football and the NFL. Saturday, we will be live streaming the Red River Shootout, Oklahoma and Texas. Probably some guest. Mario Manningham is confirmed as of right now again, and we'll hopefully get a couple more on there as well. Oh, Monte Ball, I believe, is going to be on there as well with us. So.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
All right. And
Shu, make sure you catch him Thursday.
Horse Reporters, the one, the only, Michael Iabrone and his beautiful wife. Don't miss out. Should be a lot of fun.
yeah, that'll be a good one. Definitely. Are you going live, Shu, or you're taping?
I'm not in charge of that.
He was just showing up.
Then
He was just showing
I
up.
told him the time, so it must be live. It must be
I
live.
click a link and I come on. Somebody told me about Zoom rooms and all this. I have no
It's
idea.
live. It's live. It's probably
Oh,
live.
you're doing
I don't
Zoom
know, I mean,
rooms
look-
now.
No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what. I just click a link and I go on. So Bree's in charge. Who knows? I don't.
It's probably live. I mean,
Yes.
because it's you're given a time. That's not. We're
you
we're
know
given a
what?
time she was filming.
And we're going to be coming on live Thursday night. But with all that said, just hit that damn subscribe button and you won't miss out on any of these awesome content that's coming on Degen Nation's channel.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now, let's get some merchandise out so we can sell some stuff. What do you think, Shu? I think we need more DGen representation around the track.
I agree. I like my fuck Stewart shirt, but people are a little bit,
Eh,
I like
damn
my
it.
triple
My
crown.
shirts are controversial. I don't-
Yeah, well, that happens.
Yeah.
All right. So for us here at the Triple Crowns of DGen Nation, you're welcome.
Peace.